Tape. I'm your host as always, Kim Dix here. Glad you joined us here on the Tape, the hub of pop culture, on weekly entertainment moment, pop culture moment of the week. It's Thursday, February 25th, 2021. Thank you all for watching. Join in the conversation using the hashtag TapeHillConnect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, let's get started with the big story. Breaking news. As we have been reports been going on, according to sources, Tigerwoods golf great, Tigerwoods Masters great, has been injured in a single car crash in LA, and he was distracted with the jaws of life, and he had to have surgery on multiple knees. Man, it's showing mirror images of when I think back at sports stars like last year when Kobe Bryant had passed away unexpectedly with his daughter and 6 others. That was kind of like life altering. You like, wow, people that I feel like when society deems you and labels you that and labels you as that, it's not all about this. It's not all about your character. It's not all about what you want to project and stuff. It's all about caring for others. Sometimes society gets in the way and stuff, but with Tiger Woods, he had his moments, he had his good moments, he had his bad moments. But at the end of the day, he's still human. And him in that single car crash up down a mountain, that series, he could have been, he could have been killed. But God said it wasn't his time, and thank God Tiger Woods made it okay. With the leg injury, he was slated to be at the Masters. And that doesn't mean nothing, but his life means more work. So, like I said, let's look right now on what the media outlets are reporting about Tiger Woods so you can get a good grip on it. Take a look.
This morning, a new test for Tiger Woods' resilience.
It was Tiger Woods that was involved in that accident.
The golf great recovering from serious leg injuries after Tuesday's crash. The latest setback threatening to derail his legendary career. Tiger was the top golfer in the world in 2009 when his personal life unraveled amid multiple extramarital affairs.
I am deeply sorry for my irresponsible and selfish behavior I engaged in.
Tiger sat down with ABC's Robin Roberts back then, discussing the difficulties of finding a balance between fatherhood and being a global star.
Well, I think I'm more present. I'm present with my kids, and that's important because to be with them each and every time I'm with them, to feel that and be connected to them.
Then, with his divorce finalized, the back problems began.
Gonna cut.
Oh my God! This is it went down in pain.
In 2014, Tiger received the first of 5 back surgeries. He would then announce a break from golf after posting his worst score as a professional, but he wasn't done yet. Tiger returned to golf, and the trouble off the course followed.
I'm placing you under arrest.
In 2017, police charged him with DUI after finding him asleep behind the wheel. Tiger blamed an unexpected reaction to prescription pills for his back pain, saying in a tweet after his arrest that he's getting professional help to manage his medications.
The return to glory.
Then in 2019, Tiger would do it again on the course, winning his 5th Masters.
To see my family there, and my mom and my kids and all the people that helped support me or were there for me during the tough times.
This morning, Tiger is recovering from surgery on his legs after fracturing both the upper and lower portions of the leg. The question now is, can the 45-year-old make another comeback? A doctor who has not treated Tiger says he likely has a long road to recovery.
I don't know how well he'll be able to get back into golfing again. However, he's also Tiger Woods, and he's a world-class athlete. So I think time will tell, and how well he engages in his physical therapy, I'm sure will be fantastic. And we'll see if he gets back on that golf course.
And the
Tiger Woods, lucky. He's a lucky man, and I'm glad he's alive and alive and well. He can recoup and recover and contemplate and stuff and get himself back together. So let's hope Tiger Woods gets it, pray for him, and we go from there. All right. In celebrity news this week, we talked about Kim Kardashian has enough of Kanye West and files for divorce from this.
It's official. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are getting a divorce. According to representatives for Kardashian and Los Angeles Superior Courts, the reality star filed for divorce on Friday after almost 7 years of marriage and months of rumors that their marriage was on the rocks. TMZ, citing unidentified sources, said the split was amicable, though the grounds for it were not immediately known. Kim Ye, as the power celebrity couple is known, appear to grow further apart, with West reportedly spending most of his time at his ranch in Wyoming. The couple's already unconventional relationship also became strained last year when West.
Wow. Kim Kardashian had enough of Kanye West. She's tired of Kanye West. She want to get divorced. Well, Kanye can finally be free from Kim and live in Wyoming in seclusion. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, check out Viral this week. And we get more detail, more depth in Kim Kardashian and Kanye West about what's going on with them and their divorce. And this stuff. Also, speaking of that, Vanity Fair has the most diverse group in one photo. You see right here, Michael B. Jordan in a green suit, Aquafina, that woman from SNL. You know what I'm talking about. Maya Rudolph, yeah. It's the most diverse group ever. So they're trying to say Hollywood is embracing the diversity, embracing inclusion. So let's see if Hollywood can keep it up. And you say Hollywood used to be all white suits and stuff, and people without touch didn't know nothing about what's going on in Hollywood. You know how that goes. Also, NFL star, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, he didn't win the Super Bowl, but he won one thing. Him and his fiance welcomed a baby girl named Sterling Sky. Huh? Sterling? That's got to be the whitest name ever. Oh, Sky. I liked it Sky first. And then Sterling. That's Sterling Sky. That's just, honky. You know how that go. And speaking of that, Mandy Moore, singer actress Mandy Moore, and her husband Todd Goldsman welcomed a son named August Harrison. It always makes sense. So I can call my son August Diggs. AD. You never know. That'd be weird. But congratulations to Patrick Malone, his fiance, and Mandy Moore, her husband. So congratulations in order for welcome new additions. All right. On talk shows this week. On The View, the ladies discuss why people prefer escapism TV or reality TV. You be the judge. Take a look.
Cohen, nailing it as usual.
Excellent. What about you, Sarah? What's your preference?
Yeah, I definitely don't want to think or see the pandemic. There's enough of that in our days. And you can watch it all day on the news if you want. I want to escape. I'm Bridgerton. Whew, that did more for my marriage than our therapist. That was some good TV. I loved Bridgerton. I loved The Flight Attendant. That was also really good. I'm also a crime person. So the Cecil Hotel, it's on Netflix right now. That one's creepy. So I kind of dabble, but anything to get me away from what is really going on right now.
Right. How about you, Joy? What's your pleasure?
I'm still worried that Sarah will have another baby because of Bridgerton.
Episode 5. Episode 5.
I know, Sonny.
I'll tell you, I know.
So all the women talking about escapism, reality TV. We know Netflix, HBO Max, YouTube. We that escapism that you know when you want to be cheap and don't want to spend nothing. We the escapism for you. We and then reality TV shows. We were speaking on a reality show clip that we'll talk to you later about what's going on with Real Housewives of Atlanta that got many people going crazy and going twisted. All right, that's like since remember with the COVID-19 when the COVID-19 first started with the lockdown and everybody was watching the Tiger King and Tiger King was raging and stuff, getting all their attention and gaining their attention. So it gave Netflix that boost. So just that you know, streaming TV here, it works. It works. Also, actress Shailene Woodley of The Version and stuff, she appeared on the Jimmy Fallon show, and she confirms her engagement to an NFL quarterback, and many people didn't see that coming. Take a look.
He throws balls, yeah. But he's really just so good at it. And
he really knows how to throw a ball, yeah.
He can throw fastballs, he can throw slow balls, high balls, low balls. When I first met him, I think my dog like pulled me aside and was like, if you don't date this dude, I will disown you as my mother, because the 3 feet that I run with you when you throw a ball is nothing compared to the marathon I'm able to run with him.
I can't even imagine. I mean, he's honestly, he's been on the show a bunch of times, so please give him our best. He's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Have you spent much time in Green Bay, and are you a football fan?
I still have never been to a football game because we met during this wacky time and all the stadiums were closed that he was playing in. So I've yet to go to a football game. And before I met him, I'd never seen one football game before. I didn't really grow up with sports, especially American sports. It was never really on my radar. And so when we met also, like I knew he was a football guy, but I didn't know like what kind of a football guy he was. And I'm still constantly learning. I'm still like, oh, wow. Friends would be like, you got to watch his YouTube greatest, and I was like, I don't get it. He's good. He's great.
He's
like,
really
I don't understand.
That's so funny.
Because I don't know him as a football guy. I know him as like the nerd who wants to host Jeopardy. Like that's the dude I know.
He loves Jeopardy. I love that.
He just happens to also be very good at sports.
Yeah, Shailene Woodley. She's engaged to Green Bay Packers star and quarterback Aaron Rodgers. I did not see that coming, and then there's been speculation now Aaron Rodgers is supposed to host Jeopardy, and then he used to date Danica Patrick and Olivia Munn. I can see why he stopped dating Olivia Munn because she was just too overbearing and a hog. You could just tell. But Aaron Rodgers found love. And Shailene Woodley. I haven't seen them together, so. I mean, there you go. We just pray and see how this gonna go. But we just congratulations to the happy couple on engagement. All right. Speaking of that, people are going crazy and raging about Mike Richards. Now, Mike Richards know a thing or two. He dabbled in game show, way back when as a game show host. He decided to stop and focus in producing Jeopardy with Alex Trebek and Wheel of Fortune with Vanna White and that dude. I forgot that dude's name, but I know Vanna White. But he decided to take a leap of faith, and now he'll be hosting Jeopardy. And many people are raging that he should be the new host of Jeopardy. Take a look.
A new guest host has taken over Jeopardy! The show's executive producer, Mike Richards, is stepping behind the podium for 2 weeks. Ken Jennings had been filling in since Alex Trebek's passing. Several other guest hosts have been booked, including Dr. Oz, Anderson Cooper, and Savannah Guthrie. You can watch Jeopardy! Every night at 7:30 here on WBZ.
You got the potential. Might as well be a good fit. You're the executive producer. You're the boss, and maybe he don't want all the attention on him. He wanted on who. That's why he's doing the guest hostess thing. He's supposed to say Aaron Rodgers and Katie Curry and Ken Jennings. Many people are not relating to Ken Jennings because he's not relatable. So, let me host Jeopardy! Hello, everyone. My name is Kenny Diggs. Welcome to Jeopardy! I can see me now hosting Jeopardy! All right. All right, we'll be back with more Take. Don't go anywhere. This is the Take here on Connect TV. Stay tuned. always, Ken Dix here. Glad you can join us here on Take the Hub of Pop Culture. Like I said, this is Thursday, February 25th, 2021. I'm your host as always, Ken Dix. This is Take the Hub of Pop Culture. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Take. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, Ms. Kim. Tell a friend, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you won't miss a thing here on the Take. All right, let's get moved forward to the political rundown. On political rundown this week, Senator Ted Cruz is still suffering the effects of hot water after he does PR control against trying to leave Texas, his home state, and trying to fly out to Cancun, Mexico for a vacay. Okay, man, you just take a look.
Wednesday night, as millions in Texas were without power and struggling to stay warm, Senator Cruz boarded a flight to sunny Cancun. He now says he regrets the trip, but that he was trying to take care of his family.
With his home state dealing with a winter weather crisis, this morning Senator Ted Cruz is back in Texas, admitting his whirlwind trip to Cancun was a mistake.
I'd initially planned to stay through the weekend and to work remotely there, but as I was heading down there, I started to have second thoughts almost immediately because the crisis here in Texas.
Before leaving Mexico Thursday, Cruz said his young daughters prompted the trip, but initially did not acknowledge he'd planned a longer stay.
We had no heat and no power, and yesterday my daughters asked if they could take a trip with some friends, and Heidi and I agreed, so I flew down with them last night, dropped them off here, and now I'm headed back to Texas.
After photos of the senator at the airport and on the plane Wednesday went viral, a source with knowledge of Cruz's travel arrangements told NBC News the senator booked his return flight at 6 a.m. Thursday, but was originally scheduled to return to Texas on Saturday. Also this morning, the New York Times reporting on a series of text messages from Heidi Cruz to friends and neighbors that the trip was hastily planned. Mrs. Cruz telling friends her house was freezing, proposing a vacation until Sunday, and inviting others to join the Cruzes at the Ritz-Carlton in Cancun, where they'd stayed before. Anyone can or want to leave for the week, Mrs. Cruz wrote, according to the Times. We may go to Cancun. She floated a direct flight and hotels with capacity. Seriously. The Times says the texts were confirmed by a second person on the thread who declined to be identified because of the message's private nature. Cruz's office did not respond to requests for comment. Texas Democrats are now calling on him to resign.
As leaders, we stay on the ship. We don't leave the ship when the ship is in trouble.
Many Texans, still without water, are furious.
What would you tell Senator Cruz if you could?
To get his butt back over here and help us out, help these people out.
And there's another question swirling around, Gabe, on whether or not Senator Cruz is quarantining because he did just travel internationally. So what do you know about that?
Yeah, Hoda, Cruz's office hasn't said whether he'd self-quarantine. The CDC recommends it, but there are no requirements. A source close to Cruz does say that he took a COVID test while in Mexico and that it came back negative. Hoda?
Ted Cruz has lost his ever mind. Ted Cruz should be ashamed of himself. Ted Cruz, there were people in your state that was out of power and they was freezing themselves. And you couldn't just stay in the heat. And your daughters go to vacation, your wife, y'all just out of touch. I'm sorry, y'all out of touch. I mean, and you want to run for president within the next 4 years, your chances are not so good because people going to bring this up. Like, you want a president, a commander-in-chief to do something like that? Just abandon you when the tough gets tough and the rough gets rough? Come on. So I don't think he don't need to run for president. He gonna try to, but people gonna bring that up. He ain't gonna never win. You know, next time not to fly out to Cancun, you got to imagine him saying, "Yeah, for what? Why I should come back? It ain't looking good. It's a PR thing. It don't look good. You got to come back home to make it look good because the people in Texas they'll try to find ways to get rid of you. He got constituents, but I'm just saying." Show some humanity, show some character. Dang, these people just ain't got that no more. It's just, people don't care no more. It's out of the blue now. All right. On the reality show clip down this week, Candy Burris is a woman of woman with surprises, filled with surprises. And she brings the ladies, well, we thought it was a bachelorette party, but for Cynthia, she brings the ladies to her dungeon. Yes, the infamous dungeon. Well, that didn't end there, as Candy had another surprise for the women, and his name is Bolo. Take a look.
Does anybody want some chicken wings?
Can we get to going? Well, what are we gonna do when we get back?
We're gonna play a game. Everybody go to the room, put your pajamas on, and then come right back out. And we're gonna do what we didn't get to do yesterday. So, and when I say come right back out, I mean take 15 minutes and come back out. I got plans.
Oh.
All right, ladies, come on. Is that what I need to see?
Get my friend. Somebody help me.
Watch your step.
Woo! Thank you, handsome.
15 minutes and back to the living room.
Woo!
Cynthia has no idea what she's in for tonight. Welcome to the dungeon, ladies.
Bolo, I don't want to even know what that acronym. I know Lolo is live. You live once, some shit like that. But Bolo, and you can tell Portia was shook. She was shook, and you heard about that rumor going around with Portia, where she and Tanya slept with Bolo allegedly. So, man, you know, women ain't gonna kiss and tell. Bolo ain't gonna kiss and tell. You know how that go, bro. But you know, you can tell Portia was shook. Shook, all right, with Bolo. So, all right. On News this week, history was made as NASA released video of the Perseverance rover on the landing surface of Mars. Now, this means that NASA is trying to see if there's life on Mars. Let's look back at these incredible scenes with NASA. On Mars. All right, you saw right there. Even you saw the staff, the crew. They was elated. That mission, you know, years of hard work and dedicated to see if Mars can have life. And Mars have life, sign me up. Sign me up. I'll leave this world, leave this earth right now. No, I won't do that, but sign me up. But then it's like with the what happened with, you know, Challenger. I don't want to get blow up the submarines in pieces. Ooh, oh no. But no. But I know someone know how Mars sound like too. That's how Mars sound like. You never know. You never know with Mars. It could be something that you never know existed. Yeah. All right, and finally, the viral video of the week. The viral video of the week. Like I said, America paid tribute to the 500. America reached a milestone. They reached 500,000 deaths in the COVID-19. Unfortunate numbers, but America paid tribute the way it did under the Biden administration. Let's look back with this.
500,000 American lives lost. In Alabama, Alphonsier A.J. Jackson was just 35 years old, a father to Olivia and Aria, proudly doing their hair, playing nail salon when they wanted to, dance parties with his girls. His wife, Ashley, on how she explained this to her daughters.
So, you know how Granny's an angel? It's like, yeah. I said, well, Daddy went to go be one too. That's the cry that you don't want as a parent to hear.
There have been so many husbands and wives dying together. Dick and Shirley Meek from Ohio had just celebrated 70 years of marriage. Every day, without fail, their 3 p.m. date together. They died in each other's arms, holding hands. In Phoenix, Sally and Manny Montano. They met as teenagers, Manny on leave from Vietnam. They died just seconds apart.
That love that they had for each other, and that's all I knew.
Their family later finding letters, birthday cards, Valentines they'd written to each other over the years.
Family's so important. You got to keep them close. You got to love them unconditionally.
In San Antonio, Mackenzie Gongora was just 9 years old in the 4th grade.
She called me Aunt Dickie. It had like this little whimsical lilt to it. Like it was like a little fairy, like saying my name.
In Arlington, Texas, Helen Eltuck was just 20 years old, studying to be a pediatrician. And her mother told us something we've heard so often along the way here. Family members picking up the phone to call loved ones before remembering they're gone.
Today, I called her. I just called her, thinking she was there. And then when I realized that, I stopped, that she wasn't around.
Captain Eric Segura of Laredo, Texas, was just 45, a 25-year veteran of the Laredo Fire Department on the front lines and EMS in this pandemic. His fellow firefighters honoring him. In South Carolina, Ashley Bennett. She had just given birth to Eliza, meeting her baby girl just once, touching her arm.
That's the only time she ever got to see her in person, which breaks my heart because Ashley, being a mother, was Ashley's favorite thing in life.
Theodore Ted Lumpkin was a Tuskegee Airman, an intelligence officer during World War II, serving his country with hopes that it would make a difference back here at home.
We really thought that our success would be very instrumental in improving race relations in the country.
He was recognized with a Congressional Gold Medal. Ted Lumpkin was 100 years old. Sue Braley from Davenport, Florida. Over 20 years, they were foster parents to more than 300 children, and they would go on to adopt 7 of them.
She told me, Carrie, she said, it's not like I want to be a mom all over again. She said, but we have a home, we have love to give, so why not?
Nelson Chang owned the Carvel ice cream shop in Yardville, New Jersey for 32 years. He knew everyone's name and their favorite ice cream.
I knew their car and their home address and what they had for dinner the night before. Did anybody not write that?
There are now messages on the windows.
He's fantastic. He was like a dad to me.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mr. Seitz.
And in North Carolina, Jamie Seitz. He was a teacher and a coach for 25 years.
Jamie was just everything.
His wife, Liz.
He lit up the room. He was just such a force of happiness and compassion and true goodness. And he was so fun to be around.
He didn't act like a rock star, but people followed him like one.
Jamie coached basketball and golf, an athlete himself, number 22. And his family told us that while at the hospital fighting COVID, he gathered the strength to make one last shot.
There we go.
His school and the vigil for their beloved coach. And Jamie, in his own words.
25 years of teaching. I'm so thankful and honored of the thousands of students I've had the privilege to coach and teach, but mostly thankful for my immediate family, who I love and adore daily. Love you.
We have reported on so many families this past year, and we promise we will keep at it so that their loved ones are remembered and so that we all remember that these numbers are families forever changed in our country.
Yes, America paid tribute in what a way. Those victims didn't deserve to leave, but they honored, America paid, they honored their memory and stuff, and we honor their memory here on the tape for their sacrifice. Congrats. All right, everyone. Thank you all for watching this edition of The Tape. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. We'll see you next week for another edition of The Tape. See you later.